Hello YouTube, my name is Master Waffles here to give you guys another Company of Heroes 2 game right now in the comfort of my boxers and my PJs. I'm going to be playing as 3 vs 3 as the Germans because I suck as everything else. In fact, it's only another faction, so that sentence doesn't make sense. Anyway, so I'm playing with Z Maniac, Brutal Fear. I know he put numbers there, but I don't care. And myself, Master. So I'm going for the 2 Pioneer opening right now. I had a little bit of a misclick, so that's why my units did the shuffle over there. And so far, we can see my opponent's CPU hard AI going for the standard special rifle command. Keep in mind, however, CPU in Company of Heroes 2 is pretty moderately difficult. They're better than low tier players, so yeah, that's all there is to it. My other opponent, Z Chololololo 1998, going for the special rifle command, and Dr. Feelgood, probably giving you hand jobs while you pay for your medical bills in the hospital. He'll do it for you, whether you like it or not, and he'll make you feel good or uncomfortable. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, so right now, all these guys are going for the special rifle command, so they have the scout cars, unlocked. They have scout snipers available to them, and they also have the guards rifle infantry as well as shock troopers available to them at the start, which means that they can pretty much go for any type of infantry heavy strategy that they really desire. So far, spoiler alert, during this entire game, this guy will complain a lot and he will talk a lot and he will ask us to help out the southern portion of the map, even though he's only being attacked by one guy, and because of that will probably annoy my ally a fuck ton. So yeah, actually, you can't really see the chat in this replay, so never mind. Forget me telling you guys that. Anyways, so right now I'm going for the 2 Pioneers into a Grenadiers squad opening. I got the Infantry Company after the 2 Pioneer squads, and basically that allows me to get as many map control opportunities as I possibly can by being able to cap as many territories as I want. I mean, more infantry you have, the more ability you have early game to kind of cap as many territories as you want. And even though Pioneer squads are piss poor at combat, they are pretty good builders, I guess. And also, they can cap as much territory as they can. So anyway, so right now we see an engagement going on between the Combat Engineer squad and the Pioneer squad. And Combat Engineers are definitely more powerful than Pioneer squads. I mean, it's kind of like taking a 2-inch stick and taking a 17-inch dildo and putting it up your ass. Kind of like that. MG squad is going to set up over there, and presumably the Pioneers, the Combat NGs will flee. I'm taking the northern point of the map. My ally is going to take the southern, and as you can see, my Dr. Feelgood is going to take out a conscript squad right out of the start. A little bit of debris destruction over here. God, it didn't even leave a single one up. Oh, wait, he did. 2 of them. Anyway, so right now, the conscript squad and the scout car are definitely going to wreak havoc right now. And Brutal Fear actually has no way to answer to this except for the Grenadier squad that's finally coming out, but it's way too far away. Taking the central point at the same time, and this penal battalion coming out really early on. Now, penal battalions are actually a little bit weird. They do have 2 flamethrowers, which makes them very powerful, but they do have an incredible, massive, and extremely deadly satchel charge, which in 2 seconds, yeah, killed 4 guys, entirely, basically eviscerating those 2 squads. But at the same time, he did kill two of his guys, and that's the weird part about penal battalions. They have the same guns as conscript squads, but the satchel charge they have is way more powerful than any grenade that is available to any infantry unit. Now, arguably, maybe that's a little bit subjective because rifle grenades can sometimes be more powerful than the average standard bandled grenade. But at the same time, still, the satchel charge is way more powerful, and the cooldown for it is longer. But at the same time, that doesn't even matter, as the power that comes out of the satchel charge is amazing. Also, the 2 flamethrower men that the penal battalions can actually have is incredibly useful when you have a scout car equipped with the flamethrowers. Anyway, so right now the Brutal Fear actually built a bunker at the same time the scout car was actually attacking the Pioneer squads. Now, what confuses me about this is that, one, why didn't he keep the Pioneer squad so that he can actually repair this bunker while he upgrades it to an MG42 and kills, you know, the conscript squad and potentially the scout car? I mean, it's just a little bit of a of a kind of a observation I had. So anyway, my flamethrower upgraded Pioneer squad will just melt away this NG squad, and you know, it's pretty much understandable as like, come on, flamethrower plus machine guns plus, you know, this combat engineer and no cover equals death, and the sniper is going to solidify that with one hit after another. 2 kills so far, and he was able to take out that bunker over there, which is good for him. Nobody really gives a fuck. Now green is kind of focusing on a lot of, you know, cache buildup and economic buildup, which is okay, don't get me wrong, but at the same time we should be focusing more on combat and capturing this gas point as well as the southern flank, even though in my honest opinion Brutal Fear should be a-okay with this. I don't know why he's focusing on economy yet again. In fact, if we go on Brutal Fear screen, we can only see a Pioneer squad and an MG turret. I mean, not MG turret, MG squad, which means he's in a pretty bad position, to be honest. I don't know why he lost that other Pioneer squad, and I don't know how he lost that Grenadier squad, but he lost them. Anyway, so this guy's going to go away, and he's going to, you know, heal himself back up. He has 11 kills so far with Veteran C2, which makes this guy pretty fucking deadly. If he gets Vet 3, that scout car is basically nigh on invincible. So far, I'm trying to push forward with some Pioneer squads and trying to see if I can kill this mortar squad, or at least kill this, you know, penal battalion. But at the same time, I have to realize that penal battalions have an incredible bomb to them, which could basically annihilate my forces in one go. I retreat back my sniper squad just so that I don't want to lose him. And he's going to throw his grenade. Grenade's going to take a long time to, you know, pretty much explode. But when it does, bam, the entire building collapses like Hiroshima. And so far, my grenadiers are able to kill off that penal battalion pretty effectively. So the computer is actually doing a surprising amount of damage. He has the upgraded mortar squad, which will allow his mortars to actually do a ton more damage than they should. My grenadiers are coming forward and trying to intercept him. So yeah, it's kind of this is kind of what's happening right now, is that mortar squad, if I let that live, it will probably kill more units than I could even fathom. So right now I'm pushing forward with all my units. I've upgraded my half track to the Flamer Wafer upgrade, which means we're gonna burn, baby, burn, da 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 da, burn, baby, burn, just like right now. And as you can see, the mortar squad does a ton of damage to this building. I have to evacuate immediately, otherwise this thing is gonna go down with my units inside. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, missed completely. Wow, that's a little bit pathetic. So anyway, the machine gun emplacement will stop my incomplete advance on the mortar squad, which is a shame. Right now, as you can see, green is not really doing much, to be honest. He's kind of just sitting back and controlling the central point while he links up, well, not link up, but while he solidifies his hold on these territories with these cargo trucks. Cargo trucks, as you guys know, will increase resource, income, and lock down territories, even if this territory point is taken. So as you can see right now, a little bit of a skirmish continuing onwards. And I gotta retreat my guys back as they're being heavily damaged, and so I'm not really doing much over here. On the southern flank, scout car, sandbags, MG guns, the works. And Brutal Fear is still not having anything. Nothing at all. In fact, he's not even healing up this Pioneer squad, which is indicative of, you know, the reason why he's losing so badly. And that's because, well, he's not really doing anything useful. He's built a bunker, he has Pioneer squads, he has an MG gun for no reason, and he's not even floating resources. He's focusing a lot on fuel caches, on bunkers, on useless shit, and finally he has to support armor comps, but it's a little bit too late. He actually built it a little bit too far away. He should have actually built it over here so that he could heal up his Pioneer squad at least. So now this is only one guy building this building instead of like 4 guys. And keep in mind, the less troops you have, the longer a building takes to build. So that's bad on his part. In fact, very bad. We can see that my allies are going for more of a light vehicle kind of strategy and a lot of cargo trucks. So they're going more of an economic build while I'm doing the brunt of the military work. I don't know what he's doing. He's bunny hopping with these bunkers apparently. 2 bunkers? That's not needed. The red guy isn't even pushing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, but as you can see, my Z-Maniac is going to try to push with the Flamer Wafer upgraded half-track and the scout car upgraded with the autocannon, which means he has a double dose of anti-infantry capability as well as anti-light vehicle capability. So that's very good on his part. Over here, a little bit of a small skirmish going on with my guys and our opponent's scout car, but at the same time, you know, that's just a little skirmish, just one unit. So far, however, nothing really big happening so far. The scout car is getting hammered a ton. In fact, a fuck ton. And he's not getting any kills for it, which is a shame. And this is what happens when the scout cars get an autocannon upgrade. Their light vehicle capabilities are increased, but the anti-infantry capabilities are lessened greatly. And the armor that the scout car has is very, 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 very thin, which means this guy is going to die from just simple bullets. In fact, a Katyusha can actually destroy this guy completely. And as you can see, a destroyed engine. We might be able to see a Katyusha rocket landing over here and butt-fucking this guy over here. Oh, destroyed engine. And finally, it goes kablooey. And the half-track goes as well. Damn, the Katyusha rockets were able to hit that half-track as well. And the small arms fire from the Pioneer squad as well as the conscript squad was able to take out that half-track. Very good, very nice. Where's that Katyusha anyway? Can't really find it. That's a little bit embarrassing. Ah, there it is. Oh god. Anyway, so right now a little bit of a skirmish continuing onwards as my CPU opponent is trying to take as many territories as he can. I have the Panzer Grenadier not the Panzer Grenadier, the P-Gren upgraded Panzer Shreks, and you know, they don't have a lot of anti-infantry capabilities because, of course, they took out 2 STG-44s in favor of Panzer Shreks, but at the same time, with the sniper helping out, we should be able to clean up these infantry forces. Either that, or we can give them a good bath. Green over here is not doing a ton of help. In fact, he's focusing more on the economic side of our military and building a lot of cargo trucks. He's building way too much, a lot of light vehicles. And so far, as I've said beforehand, I'm doing the brunt of the work right now. Over here, we can see my opponent, Dr. Feelgood, having a shit ton of conscripts. I will not be surprised if he actually went for the... Actually, he didn't went for the hit the dirt doctrine. He went for the KV-8 IS-2 vehicle upgrade. Well, not even vehicle upgrade, but vehicle doctrine, which... it's kind of a little bit confusing, as a lot of Soviet players will go for a heavy, and I mean heavy fucking... What was it? Conscript heavy build, and because of that, you know, you would expect, oh, hit the dirt, you know, you would expect things like PPSH upgrades for all those conscript units, but instead, what you do see is they do focus heavily on those units, don't get me wrong, but then they tech up immediately with to IS-2s or Katyushas, which means they rely heavily on these tier 1 units to anchor them towards the tier 4 vehicles, which I didn't notice beforehand, but now I do. Anyway, so Dr. Chololo has shit for units. CPU hard is actually doing better than him, which is a little bit surprising. But as I said beforehand, the CPU on hard difficulty is very, very scary. Right now we can see a useless display of manpower. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I gave up. And during this entire time, he's yelling over the comms, going, "Oh, please, 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 help me, oh." But then we're just like, no. So here, a little bit of a skirmish going on, but because of the combined efforts of Maniacs, Heavy Machine Gun, as well as the Grenadiers and the Pioneer squads, as well as the vehicles around in the area, we should be able to rout this guy, if not kill him. And the Katyusha rockets are actually going to land and completely miss the first volley, but at the same time doing a surprising amount of damage to the terrain and cover. So far, no real damage as of yet, which means his Katyusha investment has been largely unsuccessful. A little bit of lucky hits there and here, you know, killing a few guys. This is the second Katyusha rocket firing, so this isn't, you know, the same Katyusha rocket. Dr. Feelgood actually has 2 Katyusha rockets, so he's heavily investing on tier 1 infantry to defend against, you know, common units, while the Katyusha rockets actually rain down hell from the air. So it's kind of his overall strategy, which is a pretty good strategy if he has the right amount of defense. So right now my opponents have locked down the entire southern flank because Brutal Fear is refusing to do anything smart, and Z-Maniacs is focusing on the cargo trucks. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm focusing on controlling the north and central points, which is basically my overall premise, as 2 VPs are basically more important than 1 VP and a couple of standard territory points. As we can see, a sweet animation going on by, you know, the guards rifle infantry basically annihilating that one flamethrower unit. And that's actual Flammer Warfare equipped half-track is going to be able to annihilate this guards rifle infantry unless it's buttoned to death, which it is, unfortunately. Katyusha rockets are still firing hell from the air, from their silos, which means that, you know, the half-tracks and the entire surrounding area over here is completely demolished. The guards rifle infantry is actually doing a surprising amount of damage. I'm over here trying to push forward and try to see if I can take out these Katyushas because they're a big nuisance, to be honest. Right now, as you can see, nothing happening in the southern flank. Brutal Fear seems to have given up completely. While I'm trying to go Katyusha rocket hunting, and finally, I see pop up in my minimap a Katyusha rocket firing. So I'm just like, wait a minute, 1 Panzer IV, 4 Katyushas. This is the chance of a lifetime. So I'm going to garrison the sniper just to kill off any infantry as I can, capture some territories, and send my Panzer IV on a death wish, kind of. Because I don't know what's gonna happen when I, you know, send forward my Panzer IV to these Katyushas. Will I be encountered with AT guns? Will I be encountered with AT nades up the asshole by these conscript squads? Nope. In fact, I'm going to get the smorgasbord. 1 kill goes down. 1 Katyusha. Can I get a 2 Katyusha? Oh, I miss. 1, 2, 3 strikes here out in the old ball game. Anyway, another Katyusha goes down. Oh, the amount of destruction coming down from my Panzer IV is like massive. So far, I do miss, but I do a massive amount of damage to that territory point. And bam, another Katyusha goes down. 2 vet automatically. T-70 is doing a good amount of damage, but not enough to kill this Panzer IV. And right now, I'm going a Katyusha hunting. Can I get the last one? Can I get the last one? And turn. So close. And yet so far, but in the end it doesn't even matter. Ah, another kill for the Panzer IV. So right now, this Panzer IV was able to definitely pay off the manpower cost to make it. And so far, if this Panzer IV dies, it would be a shame, but it's definitely worth 4 Katyusha rockets dying. That's about 900 or 1,000 manpower gone to waste or gone to shit. I said 900 more. 900. No, that's basically 900 manpower gone to shit, or 1,000. And a lot of fuel, actually. So right now, Dr. Feelgood is not feeling good at all. Not even in his genitals. So right now, he has basically nothing but a scout car. An artillery strike is going to go down, but unfortunately, fire doesn't equal metal melting. In fact, the fire is definitely not hot enough. 17 kills on my Panzer IV, which is really good. CPU hard is able to push back my forces, and I have to retreat. Ouch! God damn, the sniper took a AT gun shell to the face. Shit, that was terrible. Rough as hell. So as you can see, my Panzer IV is going to go up and try to do as much damage as he can to the surrounding units in the area. I'm upgrading to the heavy Panzer Corps, trying to get those amazing Panthers, actually, because right now we have a good portion of the map under our control. We have a lot of resources. Why not? The heavy flamethrower tank is going to come up from my asshole, but at the same time, the heavy flamethrower tank doesn't do as much damage to land vehicles as it surprisingly does to infantry units. So right now, I'm able to kill this mortar squad without too much problem. The T-34 is in position to intercept this Panzer IV, and right now, during this time of the beta, actually, the T-34 can do a surprising amount of damage to vehicles. In fact, it should be able to completely rip apart this Panzer IV. Right now, so little damage is being done to this Panzer IV by this heavy flamethrower tank. I don't know why the flamethrower tank even tries. I'm going to try to turn around and get out of the area while my infantry units are trying to defend off against this entire push by the CPU hard. So far, this one machine gun guy is trying to defend against, defend the motherland, the fatherland against all these Soviet units, and the Panzer IV does go down by the T-34, the heavy flamethrower tank. But at the same time, the Vet 3 Panzer IV did kill so many troops, and it was definitely worth the amount of money I invested into the Panzer IV. Manpower and fuel in general. So right now, things might be going a little bit bad on paper, as, you know, my ally is focusing a lot on cargo trucks, not really on units. In fact, if we look at the units he has, it's basically nigh on nothing but cargo trucks. Yes, we're getting a lot of resources, but at the same time, we need units. we need fucking units. Right now, they're taking the top of VP. They're basically very close to taking the middle VP, and so far, my Panther is the only thing stopping this entire wave of vehicles from taking this middle VP right over here. But so far, because my opponent's not actually firing at my Panther over here, I'm doing an amazing amount of damage to this T-34. And so far, artillery strikes going off by both me and my opponent, and we're going to be able to dodge away from them. Incendiary strike, artillery strikes, light barrages, in fact. And I'm trying to retreat back my infantry units before we get annihilated. Nice hit off against that T-70. So far, we get more Katyusha rockets being fired upon by my allies' variant of the Katyusha rockets. In fact, whoops, I did not mean to do that. In fact, I don't even know what it's called. I keep forgetting. Yes, the Panzerwerfer. Yes, the Panzerwerfer is able to basically rain down hell, much like the Katyushas were a second ago. But at the same time, wow, Stuka diving run, just annihilating that field gun over there, enabling it to never, ever, ever survive and see the light of day. Impressive. And actually, that was 2 Stuka runs, which means it wasn't just 1, it was 2, which is amazing, to be honest. Right now, my Stukas, the Stukas are actually just flying around. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. But yeah, during that entire engagement, I lost quite a bit of units, and my allies actually, didn't build any units, so it's kind of a little bit unfortunate. But with the Panther now getting the Vet 1 upgrade of Blitzkrieg, I'm able to move faster than any tank, faster, stronger, make it harder, and kind of eviscerate my way through vehicle lines one after another. In fact, this T-34 over here is about to go down as this massive infantry blob that I have is going to push forward and kill as many units as it can. So far, we still see Stukas rolling around. I'm thinking they're actually air reconnaissance and not Stuka air raids. I think one of them was a Stuka air raid and another was actually an air reconnaissance. So my bad on that. I'm actually should move out of the way before this incendiary artillery strike hits my units, and fortunately for me, I actually do run away quick enough. So far, my Panzer Grenadiers are a lot better than Guards Rifle Infantry. In fact, that's just the case in general, because Guards Rifle Infantry are just good for light vehicles and long-range fighting, but Panzer Grenadiers are all around the best in close combat fighting for the Germans. But for the Soviets, it's definitely the Shock Troopers. And anyway, another Stuka air raid by my opponent, but I was able to dodge that effectively. And yeah, my allies aren't really doing shit. They're kind of nigh on useless. I'm basically carrying this game. I don't want to sound, high and mighty, but yeah, that's basically it. As the Maniacs refuses to do anything and claim many territories instead, he should be going over here with his Flammer Warfare equipped half-tracks and destroy this entire infantry line and, kill off these units. In fact, he has the ability to do so, but he's not doing it. And Brutal Legend is going for the famous Dmitry build of 4 machine guns, a Panzer IV, and 2 scout cars, 2 Panzerwerfers, who aren't even firing at anything. So right now, my allies have a lot of units, but aren't using them for anything. And these guys were actually around the same level as me, so God, it makes you wonder just how good level 55 COH2 players are really. Anyway, my opponents are going for a very heavy mechanized armor company build. Dr. Feelgood is kind of focusing a lot on the mechanized army company as well. Heavy flamethrower tank as well is being produced by Dr. Feelgood. Damn, Panzerwerfers are raining down hell from the skies, but it looks like no real significant damage is made. Only 2 pioneers, not pioneer squads, but combat engineers die, which is a big shame. I now have 2 Panthers on the field, which means my anti-land vehicle and pseudo anti-infantry capabilities are now actually increased by a fuck ton. I have a lot of Panzer Grenadiers, so already I'm able to deal with infantry at a record pace, to be honest. And I fart. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that would have been very embarrassing if you did. Anyway, so right now the KV-8 is going to push forward. He's trying to do something, but he can't do anything right now because the Panzer IV is actually blocking the way. I do believe that maybe the KVA should actually just suicide itself onto this machine gun line and kind of just take as many of them down as he can. With him to hell. So right now Z-Maniacs actually decides on doing something, but it's kind of nigh on too late. In fact, he's not even trying to do anything. He's just left his units over there. So largely my allies are unattentive. In fact, a lot of my allies I do find online are actually unattentive. I never do find a very cooperative ally. In fact, in some situations I do, but it's a little bit, you know, like very rare, to be honest. And IS-2 coming out from Dr. Feelgood, which means Dr. Feelgood will be able to deal with my Panthers, since IS-2s are bigger, stronger, and very, 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 very powerful against infantry and tanks alike. In fact, they're only really, you know, weak against other heavy tanks like the Tiger tank or maybe even the AT guns. Right now, he was my opponent was actually able to put a field gun inside the trenches, which is actually pretty ingenious because it looks like it's barely fitting in, kind of like a 20-inch penis into like the asshole of, I don't know, Kim Jong-un. So on far, Panzer Warfers firing at absolutely nothing. Nothing's happening over there. But something is definitely happening over here. The IS-2 creeps forward. Does an amazing amount of damage to my Panthers. So it's now 2 Panthers versus 1 IS-2. The IS-2 has an amazing amount of frontal armor. But if my Panthers could just get to the side of this massive behemoth, we're going to be able to do a ton of damage. The AT gun helping us out will reassure that fantasy. I think my opponents forget. No, please, no. Oh, into the fires of hell you go. But I think my opponents keep forgetting that, unfortunately, fire doesn't melt metal in this game. And bam, stomping, crushing, oh my god. Turning these infantry units into Swiss cheese, into Guatemala, that's a country. Guacamole, oh my god, squishing them. And as you can see, the Panthers are actually hopping like bunnies right now. It's incredible. T-70s and an Su-85 coming out, but the Panthers are arguably maybe even better than the IS-85 simply because of the mobility of the Panthers. So far, I'm able to flank around. This machine gun is able to help me out in killing any infantry units that dare stand in my way. And bam! The Su-85 is focusing on the machine gun and trying to focus its fire on the Panther, but unfortunately, it's took it down. I'm sending forward a massive swarm of infantry units trying to go forward and kill as many guys as I can right now. Just pushing forward, and right now my opponent is actually firing down a, I do believe an incendiary artillery strike. Yeah, there we go. So he's going to do a surprising amount of damage to my infantry units, and I need to actually retreat back before I lose a lot of my units. And so far, I'm losing 3 guys already. I'm now retreating back with the majority of my units, but the damage is already done. I should have sent forward my Panther while I was sending forward my infantry units, but hindsight is 2020, and I believed I could have done it, but at the same time, that was my own foolishness. So right now, I'm going to go forward and kill these assault guns because they're annoying as hell. 27 kills for my Panther, which is incredible. It's mostly because I squished all those infantry units. And bam, another kill for the Panther. Woo! Austere are doing an amazing amount of damage right now. However, the other Austere players are not really doing anything. Yeah, this is why I'm focusing primarily on my screen, because nothing is really happening for my allies. In fact, they're kind of just sitting back and doing absolutely nothing. My ally actually bought a Brumbar, but hasn't really used it. I don't know why. IS-2 tank coming forward, but actually the IS-2 hasn't been healed or hasn't been fully healed, so the Panther is arguably going to do a lot more damage, and it's going to have a better chance of killing this IS-2 than the IS-2 has of killing the Panther. But I do see the Su-85 coming forward, and I'm retreating back, trying to escape the Su-85 and the IS-2 from actually raping the asshole of my Panther, since my Panther is a virgin and likes to stay that way. A lot of fighting going on in the northern part of the map, and that's why I just want to protect this northern part, because this is arguably the most important. I'm trying to help out my allies as best I can, but at the same time, oh my god, the carpet bomb from one of my allies was able to just eviscerate that entire guards rifle squad. And so far, I need to hide this Panther, otherwise it will get destroyed, and I don't want any Panthers to get destroyed, as these guys are pretty pricey. pretty fucking pricey. In fact, you really don't want to get these guys to, you know, get killed all too often. This 32 kill count for the Panther is right now pretty awesome. In fact, this guy is soon going to be at event 3, which is pretty amazing. So far, my opponents are doing a good job at holding down the majority of territory, as I'm scrabbling to kind of, you know, dominate much of the map. Right now, however, it seems as though I'm able to completely annihilate most of my opponent's land forces. I get the Vet 3 from my Panther, which is incredible. The slightly increased weapon damage is amazing. And yes, I know I did look at it. I'm not pro at this. I'm not Frontline Network or anything like that. Just deal with it. And anyway, we're able to kill that SU-76M assault gun. T-34 is coming out. SU-85 is rolling forward, trying to intercept my Panther, but the Vet 3 Panther is amazingly more powerful than the SU-85 non-upgraded. Unupgraded, actually, not unupgraded. What am I saying? And I'm actually about to reach my population cap, which is a bit of a shame. Maniac, why can't you just push forward your fucking units and take the central fuel point already? Like, these 4 AT guns could have been useful 10 or 15 minutes ago. Right now, Brutal Legend is finally, Brutal Fear actually, is finally sending forward his army, but only his Panzer IVs, for some god knows what reason, in this massive conscript squad spam should be easy to counter. In fact, actually, the artillery strike is about to go forward and rip apart these conscript squads. And right now, oh my god, a ton of damage coming down on these conscript units, but at the same time, what is my ally doing? He should be squishing these units. He should be going forward and flanking this IS-2, because the frontal armor of the IS-2 is able to withstand the 3 of these Panzer IVs. So I don't know what he's doing. He should be flanking around. He should be doing something, not standing there stationary. That's the worst way you could play against an IS-2, to be stationary. And he's not even, you know, micromanaging these guys, not even running over these guys, turning them into pancakes or waffles even. So my ally is doing a horrible job at micromanaging his units. On the upside, however, we are able to take the Central VP and the Northern VP back with the help of my Panzer Grenadier spam, as well as the Panther coming out from my support armor corps. In fact, not my support armor corps, my heavy armor corps. And finally, 3 Panzer IVs were able to kill 1 IS-2. That was definitely not a fair trade. And because of my what the fuck is this? 6 fucking machine guns? Are you so... Well... Oh my fucking god. Really? Oh my god. This is too much. This is way too much. So now, Brutal Fear's entire machine gun army is now completely eviscerated by the combination of, you know, staying in the fire way too long and these Stuka diving bombs. Oh my god. Brutal Fear, this is the reason why we didn't help you out in the south. Right now, my Panthers are finally being healed up. I'm floating a lot of resources, and like I say in a lot of my videos, do not float resources, because if you do, then you will get fucked in the ass. But unfortunately for my opponents, even if I do float resources, it seems like it won't even matter, as pretty much they're not even able to destroy my Panthers. And so far, Panzer IV versus IS-2, who will win? Who will win? Well, 2 deflects. Let's see what happens with the IS-2. Let's see. Come on, let's see. Ouch. Punch in the face. In fact, punch in the womb and caused an abortion. That's not funny, actually. Abortions aren't funny to make fun of. A lot of people make fun of abortions. I'm a horrible person. Anyway, so right now this T-34 is about to get bum-fucked by these Panzerschrecks, and unfortunately Panzerschreck shot at the rock for some god knows what reason. However, Panther to the rescue! There we go, and just walks through the fucking shell of the T-34 like it was Danny Phantom. I'm using the Jaeger movement what was it? Not upgrade, but power, not a power, ability. What are we, superheroes? And kind of just taking as much territory as I can with the Blitzkrieg ability. Okay, if this IS-2 is able to get up the hill, he will do tremendous damage to Brutal Fear's entire army. In fact, killing the half-track and the Panzerwerfers could definitely destroy our entire southern position over here, if we even had a position. So right now, the IS-2 is going to chase down these Panzerwerfers. Oh my god, one down. One down, and this IS-2 could just practically push forward all the way across the rainbow, doing as much damage as he can, while I'm pushing north and trying to take as much territory as I can. So while he's pushing south, I'm pushing down north. The Panther from Brutal Fear is actually going to be enough to deter this IS-2, or at least kill him. Oh, that side armor, damn. The Guards Rifle Infantry are doing a tremendous job at actually buttoning the Panther to death, but unfortunately just not enough damage. They should have had this T-34 actually flank around and, you know, help them out while they were buttoning the Panzer. And right now I'm actually going to send forward my Panther to try and kill this T-34, and then I just see the IS-2 and I'm just like, nope, 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 get away from here. Nope, 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 nope. I am not fighting you. And this is the non-vet Panther, so keep that in mind. 35 kills on this Panther, which is amazing. So far, my opponents are going for a Su-85 and IS-2 heavy build. Snipers are going to commandeer the building, and snipers and buildings are always the worst combination. You can't get close enough to kill off snipers in the building, and you can't get close enough to send forward a heavy flamethrower, because there's a chance that the sniper one-shotting the flamethrower unit and thus annihilating your entire squad. But we're going to try and collapse this building so that we can get rid of the sniper. IS-2 is going to go forward, but the Panther is going to be able to intercept the IS-2 and actually knock it out of commission. Can it do it? Rear armor is exposed. Bam, done. And we're still continuing to shell out this building. It's actually more durable than it looks, actually, which is incredible and also a little bit annoying. I'm going to send forward an artillery strike just to finish the job, actually, because I'm a little bit fucking annoyed by this. It's 3, 2, 1. Finally, thank God. Both units are down, and that was definitely worth it. Maybe not worth the time. Anyway, so finally, Mance is able to push forward with his pack and with his infantry units and his panzer, and able to annihilate this entire defensive array over here, which is really good. Really good for us. And I'm actually stopping my continual float of my resources and actually going for a 5 Panther strategy and build, just to kind of annihilate my opponent's overall game plan of spamming out IS-2s, which are seemingly the only way they're actually staying in the game. Dr. Feelgoods is actually maybe probably the only reason why these guys are still alive. Z-Chololo is actually doing a fair amount of damage, to be honest. With 2 Su-85s and 1 T-34, he's actually no laughing matter. Actually, no, 1 IS-2, 1 T-34, and 1 Su-85. And over here, we can see that CPU hard is not building much. In fact, he's floating a lot of fuel, which makes me a little bit concerned as to why that is. Actually, why am I concerned about that? What am I saying? But unfortunately, the computer got the PPSH and hit the dirt upgrade, and that's good and all. But unfortunately, he's not building the gun howitzer. He's not upgrading his conscripts with PPSH upgrades, and because of that, he's not really utilizing his doctrine to the best of his ability. And this is a stupid mistake on my part. 6 conscript squads and a pioneer squad versus off against 2 Panzer Grenadiers. I'm able to kill off the majority of these conscript squad units, but unfortunately the Molotov cocktail is going to go down, and it's going to unfortunately defy the laws of physics and still continue to burn up on water. And my Panzer Grenadiers were able to kill a lot of its conscript squads units and guys, but at the same time, there's just way too many conscript units, and it will unfortunately die. It's kind of like zombies, you know, 2 humans are equal to 15 zombies. So yeah, in fact, that's a good display of how powerful the Panzer Grenadiers are. 2 of them, 4 of them, I mean 2 4-squad Panzer Grenadiers with no upgrades were able to take on 6 conscript squads that actually do a surprising amount of damage. This one Panther is now the cream de la crop of the austere, and so far I missed completely hitting the tree, but I won't miss this time and squish 3 of his guys into motherfucking pancakes. That's what you do with your land vehicles, kids. You squish them onto your opponent's infantry, and bam, you make pancakes. So I'm just going to chase him down and try to kill him. But unfortunately, he's going to live. Actually, no, wait, he's not. I am a liar. A dirty, dirty liar. Oh, mommy, spank me. Anyway, I have a lot of Panthers coming out, which is really good. So far, this is my overall strategy, which is just to spam Panthers right now. Just at this point in time. No, I am not going to school tomorrow. There is no school. Muhaha. So far, a little bit of engagement between the T-34 and Z-Maniac's units. However, Z-Maniac does have the Tiger tank, which is incredibly powerful against vehicles overall. And as you can see, oh my god, Z-Chololo with a massive vehicle army. AT guns, mortars, AT guns, half-tracks, light scout cars, IS-2s, T-34s, massive fucking land vehicle army able to annihilate infantry, vehicles, and just tanks overall. It's an incredible array of firepower. But look over here, the Panther spam is rolling forward with the Tiger tank supporting us. This could arguably be the defining factor of this game. If we lose this battle, we will definitely get our asses kicked. If we don't, then, well, then their ass is surely fine-tuned and kicked for us. So right now, I do see this massive swarm, and instead of running away like a pussy, I charge forward like the Viking I am, charging forward, mosh pit all the way, flanking around and hitting as many of his guys as I can. I do get bogged down in the giant mosh pit, but I'm trying to flank around as best as I can, as I do know that the Su-85s are very immobile, and I'm just running over as many infantry units as I can, just annihilating these guys. And oh my god, the amount of damage that's being done to these guys are incredible. And so far, I like to have a moment of silence right now as the Panther is about to die. 44 kills, 3-star vet. A moment of silence. A moment of silence. Okay, fuck it. Let's continue onwards. And so far, the IS-2 is only going to be able to kill my mighty Panther, but the damage is already being done as he's not dealing with he's now dealing with four Panthers, one with 2 vet upgrades, and bam, one IS-2 goes down. In fact, both of them went down, so now all he has to defend against this massive Panther push is 2 AT guns, which are hardly doing any damage at close blank range, unfortunately. A T-34, mortar squads, machine guns. In fact, right now, everything's kind of dying. And we didn't even need the Tiger tank, too, to help us out. Z-Maniac, your micromanaging of your units is horrible, and you're such a high level. I don't know how you were able to get to that high of a level, which is indicative of, you know, if your ally is a high level or if your opponent's a high level, it doesn't mean necessarily that they're better than you. So, yeah, you just basically proved the stereotype. You're both bad well, you're both good in that regard, but also bad as a player in general. No offense. Please, don't spam out cargo trucks. Anyway, so right now, I'm going to send forward my Panthers, annihilating his buildings overall, just doing incredible amounts of damage. And as you guys already know, that battle basically sealed the fate of the Soviet Union. A lot of infantry units are over here for Dr. Feelgood. I don't know why he's over here. I don't know why his Su-85 is over here. He's possibly going for a flank around on my Panthers, but so far my Panthers are not heeding the battle cry of the Su-85, as they're just going to town. The shock troopers fire a grenade at their own building for some god knows what reason. And I'm just going to town right now. And we can see still my allies aren't pushing forward for some god knows what reason. I don't know what Brutal Fear does in his, free time, but I don't even want to know, to be honest. See, Maniacs is holding the central point, but right now doing shit nothing, and I'm just going forward, going to town. Oh, pancakes all around. Oh my god. IHOP will be proud of me. Holy shit. Oh, so many waffles. So much good time. In fact, 19 kills on this one Panther, 24. Look how many units I'm going to squash. Going for another reach around kind of on this guy's entire infantry force. And as you can see, oh, squishing them like I squish nipples. And a Panzer Warfare to finish off the job. Incredible. So now the Su-85, hungry for blood, having a main gun destroyed, is now stopped. And the replay ends. So that's basically it, gentlemen. I hope you loved this game as much as I did, and I will see you guys next time. Like and subscribe for more videos like this, and remember,